belli bir kritik hayvan.
Siapa jalan dulu?
Oke, bola.
Udah.
Papa mau nasi goreng.
Oke.
Yuk, kita main.
Ini aku tambahin lagi.
Campur, baru.
Terima kasih.
Sama-sama.
Enjoy new payment possibilities. Enjoy more per transaction. Enjoy expanding into new worlds. Enjoy it all across mobile, PC, and web. Enjoy the game. Welcome to Xsolla, a global video game commerce company.
Welcome to GDC 2022. Here to deliver Xsolla's Developer Summit at GDC 2022 keynote is President of Xsolla, Chris Hewish.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much for being here and joining us today. Before we get started, I wanted to take a moment to acknowledge recent global events. All of us at Xsolla are devastated by the violence in Ukraine. We stand in solidarity and support with those currently suffering. We believe in humanity, longevity, and giving everyone a fair opportunity. What is taking place now goes against everything we stand for. As a company and as individuals, we've made it our top priority to take the appropriate steps to ensure the safety and welfare of our employees and loved ones in the region. We've provided assistance where we can, and we want to do more. To lend our support to Ukrainian developers, we've temporarily removed commission fees for all Ukraine-based video games and will ensure the flow of transactions and future funds continues to be processed without delay or interruption. Additionally, Xsolla is using our recently launched customer support initiative, Babka, to harness the power of the gaming community and help raise funds and provide aid during this crisis. To start this program, Xsolla donated $100,000 to the International Red Cross, who is helping provide relief to the civilian population of Ukraine. Please visit babka.com/charity to learn more. Xsolla stands for peace and stands with the video game community. If the past 2 years have shown us anything, it's that we are all stronger when we work together. And we need to be together to get right now, and we need your support more than ever. Later today, some of our sessions will feature speakers who come from both Ukraine and Russia, and we're thankful for their continued dedication, and we hope you'll join us in hearing what they have to say. All right, so with that, and given everything that's been happening recently, and after such a long absence from in-person events, I just can't tell you how good it feels to be here in front of you today and to see all of you. It really is a pleasure to see your faces in person, even with the masks on. It's truly a pleasure and a privilege, and I also want to thank the entire GDC organization for getting us back together this year in person with such a great venue of events. And as you're all aware, great games, they don't just appear. They start as mere ideas, and only through the curiosity, dedication, and grit of people like you from all over the globe do they come to life and become part of how we game and play every day. But too many of these ideas never take form because the minds that create them can't find the support, the means, or the ability to bring them to reality. It's an unfortunate reality that not everyone gets a fair shot. At Xsolla, we want to change this reality, and we want to ensure that everyone is given the same opportunities to realize their video game dreams, no matter where they're from or how they start. And we believe that the best of gaming happens when everyone gets a chance to play. So, we're helping to make things right by clearing paths, removing obstacles, and giving creators the connections they need to realize their visions. Our goal is that one day, every creator gets the chance to share their games and ideas with players everywhere. This is our work, the work of play. So with that in mind, today I'll explain some of the ways that Xsolla helps everyone get a seat at the same table, from indie developers to AAA studios. You'll hear how we're working within emerging markets to connect games with new audiences, and how we empower players to do things their way. You'll also hear about some of our new products and solutions that can help any game realize its full potential and reach a truly global audience. That includes our first steps towards helping developers unlock the power of Web 3.0 and our initiatives connecting developers with the right investors to get the right type of funding they need to build their games and bring their visions to life. Because again, we're all stronger when we work together. But before we look forward to where we're heading, we first need to look back to see where we've come from. So here's a number here, 180.3 billion. According to our friends at Newzoo, this was the global game revenues in 2021. Mobile gaming revenue accounted for just over half of that, at about 93 billion in revenues. And this is an impressive number, right? $180 billion. But remember that only 5 years ago, that in 2016, the total game revenue was just 99.6 billion. This means that the game industry revenues have nearly doubled in just 5 years. That's amazing. To put it into perspective, just consider this. It took the mighty Augustus, Roman emperor, nearly 40 years to double the size of Rome. 40 years. Gamers, we doubled 5 years. So that's pretty awesome. Good job, gamers. All right, so you can really see the impact of mobile revenue in this chart from Visual Capitalist. It features global game revenues from the past 50 years. So you can see how mobile has really boomed over that time since the introduction of smartphones. We all know that. This graphic was released last year, so the final numbers don't represent 2020, but the trend line continues. It really illustrates the explosive growth our industry has seen, and this growth shows no sign of slowing down. In fact, many experts are probably hard at work revising their predictions now. So we won't point out that global game revenues were actually forecasted to decrease last year. So all those prognosticators have to go back and revamp their projections up. And it's not just mobile either. Latest gen machines like PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, they're both the best-selling consoles in the history of either of those brands. And Valve's new Steam Deck handheld is rolling out to great fanfare, putting the power of PC gaming in the palm of your hand. So while we're talking about billions, we can't leave out the billions that were spent on gaming company acquisitions over the years, including last year and this year. So here's another powerful visualization graphic from Visual Capitalist. That is a mouthful. Showing the most expensive gaming acquisitions since 2005. You can clearly see how things have accelerated over the years. Those little bubbles are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Just this year, Take-Two Interactive acquired Zynga for $12.7 billion. And then, not even a week later, Microsoft announced the headline-grabbing number of $70 billion that they put down to acquire Activision Blizzard. For your perspective on just how these numbers have grown, look back to 2005, when Bandai acquired Namco for what appears now to be a small $1.7 billion, an amount that is just quite a steal when you look at what we're seeing today. Another mind-blowing way to look at these acquisitions is to consider the value of what's been announced. So in 2021, the value of acquisitions totaled $85 billion. And that was already 3 times the value from 2020. So we were at 1.7 in 2005, and it's just gone up to 85 billion in 2021. But what's crazy is in the first month of 2022, we've already passed the 85 billion mark of acquisitions. Just in 1 month, we surpassed what happened in all of 2021. That really was capped off when Sony jumped in and announced their acquisition of Bungie, adding to the Activision Blizzard announcement and the Take-Two announcement. And I can't go on without mentioning that the New York Times has been doing some acquisitions as well when they acquired everybody's favorite game, Wordle. And okay, maybe that wasn't such a huge deal, it was like a few $1 million, but that game turned into an overnight sensation, and it was created by just one developer for his girlfriend so that they could pass the time during the pandemic. It's a real feel-good story, and it also highlights that there's just great opportunities for funding and acquisition no matter the size of your company. So, strategic objectives often justify overpaying for an acquisition, but there still needs to be some sort of financial, value underneath that. There needs to be a real business. Fortunately for everybody involved, these lofty valuations are supported by a projected record-breaking $200 billion in profits this year. So we went from 180, now we're up to $2 billion projected for this year. Continued strong growth, both in revenues and in valuations. And while that's an impressive amount, what does it mean for game developers? A lot of you are probably wondering, that's great, I'm not Microsoft, what does it mean for me? What does it mean for the players? What does it mean for our business? Well, our goal at Xsolla is to help answer those questions and to ensure that everyone has the tools to benefit from all of this value and enjoy this growing market, not just the top 1%, but everybody. And changing times require change. Companies have to change as the times change to take advantage of these opportunities. You either have to evolve and adapt, or you'll be on the outside looking in. Fortunately for developers everywhere, Xsolla has changed and adapted since it was founded way back in 2005. Back then, we started with one simple solution, a way to solve payment needs in just one region, just local. Over the years, that simple solution has evolved into our global flagship product, Xsolla PayStation. You'll be hearing more about that throughout the year. And an industry-leading solution, PayStation was an industry-leading solution that empowers companies of all sizes with over 700 payment methods covering nearly every country on the planet. Truly a great global product. And when it comes to payments, what's true for one region may not be true for another. One region may favor credit cards while another barely uses them. In some regions, we see players paying via mobile phone accounts and topping them up, and that can be a very popular method and something that we've embraced. And by continually adding popular and diverse forms of payments to every region, we go where the players are, rather than expecting them to come to us. And those numbers are constantly growing as we add new options and new geographies. Speaking of new geographies, Xsolla, we're headquartered in Los Angeles, and we have full service offices now in Seoul, South Korea, and Berlin, Germany, with more on the way. And where we don't have offices, we have team members working remotely to cover every major region around the world. We truly do believe in acting globally and locally. And we believe that the best way to help you succeed is by supporting you where you are, with staff who understand what's unique to you and what's unique to your region. So this is pretty amazing for someone who's been in the industry quite a while. There are now nearly 3 billion people playing video games around the world. That was at least last year. And we'll cross that threshold and go above 300 billion in 2022. That's just staggering. That's nearly 40% of the Earth's population is playing games. Talk about a total addressable market. It's just amazing for all of us. Different people, different regions, different partners, different ways to play and different ways to pay. That requires different approaches to how you do your business. And to be global, you have to go local. We truly believe that, we truly embrace it, and we cover that through all of our solutions. And the journey really is the destination when it comes to games. So we'll be diving deeper into global payments and emerging markets in sessions this afternoon. I hope you all join those, and you won't want to miss out on those. For now, though, I'd like to highlight some new and updated ways that we can help developers. To begin, I've talked a lot about mobile, half the market, big growth, all of that. Well, in 2021, there were 233 games, mobile games and apps, that each generated over $100 million. That is amazing. It's great revenue for those that can find an audience. But as we all know, IDFA and privacy changes have made it harder than ever to find that highly monetizing audience. And with over 2 million new apps and games released just last year alone, this means that in addition to monetizing your app, discoverability continues to be a major challenge. Enter Web Shop for mobile games. With this solution, we wanted to offer developers a way to grow games beyond the app stores so they could connect directly with players on their own terms. We also wanted to help with discoverability, player retention, branding, and so much more, giving you all kinds of power that you can't have within the App Store alone. And the timing is right for this solution, as developers can finally direct players to third-party apps for payments outside of the App Store without violating terms of service. Thank you, Apple versus Epic. Our web shop lets developers create their own online e-commerce site with a truly global set of payment methods, while providing a place for their community to gather and grow. An online hub where developers can hear directly from players and players can hear from developers. Players can catch up on news, patch notes, or learn more about upcoming events. It really puts the full power of commerce in your hands to drive your business. And what's great is we only charge 5% compared to 30% from the platform fees. Plus, we handle compliance, taxes, anti-fraud, customer support, all the back-end stuff that you don't need to worry about, allowing you to focus on what you do want to worry about, which is making a great game. And we don't stop there. Web Shop for mobile games is constantly being updated and optimized. In fact, we recently added support for subscriptions and the ability to interface with major third-party analytics tools. Truly a powerful solution. Another way we're helping to empower your games business is through our digital distribution solution, which gives you the power to connect directly with your players and run your games business the best way you see fit. You've worked hard to make a game that you can be proud of. So in addition to partnerships with third-party platforms like Steam, whatnot, selling directly to consumers allows you to offer a highly customized experience with full control over your purchase flow. You can advertise game experiences after checkout, show users related merchandise, or just give them a thumbs up and thank them for buying directly from you. It's all up to you. You know, a great example of something like this is one of my kids' favorite games on Roblox. They just did a big plushie release through their online store, and they were able to sell that direct. While not one of our partners, it's a great example of the things you can do with your brand when you have your own online store or digital distribution hub. Having a self-owned platform in addition to a third-party presence on a third-party platform means that you get the best of both worlds, including discovery and built-in customers and full branding and control. You also won't lose ownership of your game, even if your favorite platform shuts down. You know, this was something that is a reality. We've seen this happen before, so having your own direct-to-consumer option within your business really helps to insulate that business from things that can happen outside of your control. And players will still have a reliable place to go for new purchases, to re-download the game, to keep your game and your audience alive. One of Xsolla's core features is a customizable digital distribution platform that you can edit and manage on your own, which I've been talking about here. Like I said, you can offer pre-order packages, custom add-ons, merchandise, and much more, all in a unified dashboard that you can set up in just minutes. All right, now let's talk about NFTs. More specifically, something new we're calling NFT checkout. NFT, no freaking thanks, you might be telling yourself, but hold up, all right? It's safe to say that there are some pretty strong feelings about NFTs, and I'm not here to advocate for or against them. But in our continued efforts to provide forward-looking solutions exclusively for the gaming industry, we see that some of you truly are interested in NFTs, and we're here to help. Current solutions require gamers to buy crypto first, and this means that they have to carry out 2 transactions, pay twice as many fees, and go through an extensive and lengthy verification process. It's some friction, right, within your game. NFT checkout is the solution that lets gamers buy NFTs directly with debit cards, credit cards, any other payment method that we offer, and reduces that friction. It's launching later this year, and it is the easiest way to let players buy NFTs in your game. And of course, we all want to grow, right? We've seen the crazy valuations I talked about earlier, new technologies like NFTs, a lot of excitement in the industry. We all want to be part of it. We want to grow. And we want to help developers to maintain forward momentum in as many different ways as possible. And one of the best ways to do that is right from the beginning through funding. Or even as your company goes on, you may need additional funding to maintain that momentum and maintain that growth. So having access to solid development funds is truly beneficial for a developer of any size. With this in mind, we've built several initiatives that help connect developers with the right investors to get the right type of funding to make their games. From Funding Club to our game investment platform, we match developers and investors according to their needs and preferences. Whether they seek something as a lead investment or a co-investment opportunity, whether they're interested in simply adding funding to go to another platform, we make the digital introductions that help ensure the right fit at the right time for any of your needs. At Xsolla, our sole focus is helping game developers to succeed and grow. What I've shared today are just a few of the ways that we can help you achieve your goals. If you have a game, even if it's just a wisp of an idea at this point, we want to help you get it funded, get it distributed, and have it be successful. And we want to do this on your terms by working together. As Michael Jordan once said, talent wins games, but teamwork and intelligence win championships. And I think that applies to our industry as well. Talent creates games, but teamwork and intelligence create games that succeed and make a positive impact. We have many more sessions today, full of insights and ideas to help you build and operate a successful games business. If you want to learn more, you can contact us at bizdev@xsolla.com or visit our website, www.xsolla.com. And as we close, I'd like to thank everyone for being here today. It's been great to see your faces in person. This has been a quick run through of just some of the things that we offer with Webshop for mobile games, Digital Distribution Hub, funding, NFTs, so many more, right? We do a lot for your games business. Feel free to reach out to us. We're here to help. And I hope that you really enjoyed GDC. It's good to see you all. And with that, have a great day. So thank you.